Today, India is the fastest growing emerging economy.
Why did Prime Minister Modi say this? To break this down, we'll understand India's GDP story and GDP per capita in today's video, followed by which in the next video, we will be discussing why is India the fastest growing emerging economy. GDP. It's that one number people throw around to measure how rich a country actually is. But what is India's GDP story? From 1991's bold reforms to demonetization and COVID shocks, India's GDP journey has been a roller coaster. Let's leapfrog into episode 2, India's GDP story, growth, struggles and the future. 1991, India's economy was on the brink, but then came liberalization and the floodgates opened. The 2000s, the IT boom turned India into a global tech outsourcing hub. 2016 and 17, demonetization and GST reforms took place. But in 2020 came the COVID-19 pandemic, due to which our GDP was struck by minus 7.3%. But in 2024, we bounced back and surpassed Japan's economy. In 2025, we stand fourth in terms of nominal GDP, ahead of Japan. That's big, but GDP is not everything. Now let's have a look at nominal GDP as per 2025. Number 1, USA. The US is a $30.5 trillion economy, followed by China, a $19.2 trillion economy. Up next is Germany with a $5 trillion economy, followed by India, approximately $4.2 trillion economy, and Japan, a $4.18 trillion economy. We have made history, but to understand where we go next, we have to look under the hood. Here's the contribution of various sectors towards India's GDP. Number 1, services, 53%. Number 2, industry, 25%. Number 3, agriculture, 18%. And number 4, miscellaneous, 4%. Yet 44% of Indians still work in agriculture. That's a mismatch. We need to shift from employment-heavy sectors to output-efficient ones. Now let's call Ishan and Arjun from Decoded for their take.
India's economy is modernizing fast, but unless we help people transition from farms to factories, the growth will remain lopsided. Think digital skilling, rural to urban migration, and better access to capital and credit for small businesses. It's not about GDP, it's about reshaping it.
India's median age is 29. That's a huge demographic dividend over aging economies like Japan, Europe, and China. But we have to turn this youth advantage into real productivity. Here's Arjun with the real challenge.
Young population is undoubtedly a potential. But with so many young people entering the workforce, decently paying jobs could only be given to those who have a skill. Therefore, without effective education and upskilling, this potential could easily be lost.
Let's talk reality. With respect to nominal GDP, India stands fourth among all countries. But with respect to GDP per capita, we are still stuck at 136th with only $2,880 per person. Let's hear Arjun and Ishan's point of view.
GDP per capita is the total GDP of a country divided by its population. It gives a much clearer picture on how much the individual income of a country is. In the United States of America, it is about $90,000. In China, it is $13,700, whereas in India, it is $3,000. Therefore, even though we have a big GDP, most Indians don't feel rich.
Here's a fun way to see it. India's GDP is a delicious pizza, but with 1.4 billion slices. Each slice still small. We need better wages, inclusive growth, higher productivity, and smarter investments. GDP per capita shows whether people are actually benefiting from the growth. Is the wealth trickling down towards the bottom of the pyramid?
But with PPP.
But what is PPP?
Click the link above to know what PPP is.
India's GDP per capita becomes $9,100 since things are cheaper in India. So the same money buys a lot more here.
India is aiming for a $5 trillion economy in the very near future and a $10 trillion economy in 2035. But size isn't everything. We have to grow sustainably while also increasing our GDP per capita income along with GDP. That means sustainable development, urban reforms, skill-based education, green and digital economies all are needed. Let's hear Arjun and Ishan's final take.
India just doesn't need to grow. It needs to grow smart. GDP per capita, sector reforms, and job creation. That's the real unlock.
Growth must be felt on the ground. In homes, medcare, schools, and even the streets. That is the India which we should aim to build.
India's GDP journey has been inspiring, but the real difference? It is only felt when each and every Indian feels the difference. Massive thanks to Arjun and Ishan for making these numbers make sense. Also, tell us in the comments, will India make it to the third largest economy by 2030 and will it benefit everyone? Make sure to like, share and subscribe to Leapfrog and Decoded. See you in the next one.